I started this company called Nafnang. Back then, my friends were earning 2,000 ringgit, 2,200 ringgit a month. For me, as long as I could earn 2,000 ringgit for my business and be on par with my friends, I'll be happy. That was like my first entrepreneurial journey. And then when I came out, I did the only thing I knew how to do, which is I started another company called Careline. It's a luxury co-working space. We've been quite lucky. We had a number of people bet on us, investors, family offices, PE fund and all that. So we raised money from them and we grew. So today the company has about 10 locations in KL, 4 colony and another 6 is a smaller format called Jerry. To be honest, I really appreciate the journey, the whole ups and downs of business. So, to be very honest, the past 2 years with COVID, right, and lockdowns has been really terrible for our business, because 2/3 of our business is office, which is fine. Most the clients, even if they don't come in, they have to pay rental and everything. But like 1/3 of our business revenue comes from event spaces, and that goes to zero during lockdowns. But I really did enjoy the whole process and the journey of it. And I think that it helped us come back stronger. So this year, with everything open up, it's like our best year ever, with in terms of revenues or income or everything like that. Big decisions would be, I think the biggest would be getting married to my wife. I think who we marry really shapes who we eventually become, and whether we live happy or whether we find success or not. I think that marital problems is probably one of the biggest stresses a person can face. The small decisions are the ones that I often fail in. I shouldn't have that extra bit of chocolate after lunch today, but I did. I think those kind of small decisions is something that I will pay for eventually. I think life is an aggregate of decisions we make, right? And where we are is the result of how good we are at making decisions in an aggregate. So we'll make a lot of wrong decisions, but as long as the right decisions we make have a bigger impact than the wrong ones, then we're good. I think as an entrepreneur, the most challenging thing about running a business, right, is capital allocation, or in other words, where we choose to invest our capital or money in the company. And that's difficult, right? Because you got to manage risk, and you got to take very calculated risks where the downside is limited and the upside is huge, right? And that's how you succeed. So a great business is a business that allocates capital well and protects downside risk well. I think the kind of business risk that we face really depends on the kind of business we're in, right? So for Careline, it would be public liability, things that could destroy the assets we use to generate income. But the lucky thing and the fortunate thing is that insurance and Takaful actually can protect those kind of risks for us. So it really depends what is that risk for your business. Is your business where you or your directors of the company may get sued or may have some legal liability? Then I think director insurance then is important for you. Insurance and Takaful plans that we go for as a company is something that we did from the very beginning. Because we know it's really important to have like fire insurance, or even when we do renovation, we need like workers insurance in case anything happens. So I think it was really from the beginning for us that was important. Keyman insurance is less important, right, when the company has been institutionalized, right? So if it's so big and so large, and there's so much corporate governance and processes in place that if anything happens to the CEO, there's a process in place to run without a CEO and find a new CEO, right? Companies that are smaller tend to have a lot more entrepreneurial drive behind it, and that drive comes from a few people in the company, right? So, and if anything happens to those few people, then it could really affect where the company's going to head to. So for that sense, I think keyman insurance is pretty important, especially if you're trying to take care of the other stakeholders in the company, not just shareholders, but also the team and things like that. When it comes to a legacy that I want to leave behind for my family, right, and along with my business, I think my goal is to leave enough money for my kids such that they can do anything they want in life, but not so much that they can do nothing. In order to achieve that, I think my business plays a big role, in generating consistent income, along with other investments we have, or insurance plans, or Takaful, and these kind of things is what would provide them with the kind of money or income that they need at different points in their lives. And that's my real purpose, and that's what gets me up every morning, to make sure I build enough to take care of the people I love.